Hey guys, so today I woke up feeling a bit dysregulated, and I know I felt dysregulated because I feel like I was in my head more than I was in my body. I was like thinking more than I was feeling. And when I start to feel like this, I know that it's just like I need to do some things to come back home to myself. So I meditated and I wrote in my journal as a way to like get the thoughts out of my head onto paper and like find a little bit of clarity. When I was doing yoga, I tried to do like slow, controlled movements so that I can like really anchor back into my body. So, some other ways that I feel like is signs of dysregulation is feeling hyper vigilant, feeling like over emotional or overreactive, or maybe not feeling anything at all, maybe feeling numb to just like life, period. Feeling like disassociated, and just like you're just not even really here right now. And it's so important to have a regulated nervous system, feel emotionally regulated, not just so that we can feel at peace, because obviously that's a big reason why, but we want to use this as like a preventative measure, preventative care, because when we are constantly feeling stressed, we are pumping our body of all of these stress hormones, and then we start to be more prone to illnesses and diseases. So we want to, come back to a place of emotional regulation. Ways to do this is start to ask yourself, how do I talk to myself? Am I saying thoughts that feel good or bad? Because I realized before my period, I say thoughts to myself that I'm like, I would not even talk to my friend this way. I would not even allow my friend to talk to her or himself this way. So why am I talking to myself this way? Like, ask yourself, am I talking to myself the way that I would talk to a child? And I don't mean like baby talk, like, oh, you're so, no, I don't even mean it like that. But I mean like, you would not talk to a child and say like, you are so stupid, or you are so ugly, or any of the things that you may say to yourself. So if you wouldn't talk to a child that way, or a loved one that way, why talk to yourself that way? Because then you're making yourself feel bad, and once again you're like pumping these hormones that you don't have to be pumping. And not even just that, like, are you focused on things that happened months ago or years ago, or maybe even a week ago? Like, if a situation happened to you or because of you or any of these things, and you are still running the story, you're constantly thinking about the story over and over again, you are just replaying it in your head a million times, this is causing you to have a dysregulated nervous system. And you just kind of want to get out of this toxic cycle. And sometimes it's really hard not understand that, because I have been in that toxic cycle where you're just like, I said all of the wrong things, I did all of the wrong things, and you just feel like you can't go back in time. So try to break the cycle of constantly thinking and allowing yourself to feel bad and feel stuck in these emotions. So when something happens, are you reacting or are you responding? And the difference is like, when things happen, do you just automatically say or do things that you may not even really mean to say or do, but you're just acting out of emotion? Or do you respond? And responding is like pausing and asking yourself, what is my truth, and how can I speak my truth in a way that's effective and productive, rather than being destructive to like maybe myself or maybe other people? Or are you just numb? You're just not reacting or responding. You're just in a like freeze state where you're just kind of like, this could look like high functioning depression, where you're just like working a lot and you are using any way to run from your feelings, not even just with like alcohol or drugs or anything like that. That could be something, that could be, you know, ways to cope. But I mean, like, even if you're using the gym or anything that is like causing you to run and not really feel what you're feeling, that is a sign of emotional dysregulation. And when you are living in this state of like running from how you feel, running from your emotions, eventually life will happen. And when you're living in this state of like survival, life will hit you harder. So we have to learn how to cope, and we have to learn how to like you know, become anchor back into our bodies, you know. And I'm going to give a trigger warning here and a disclaimer that if you have experienced like sexual trauma or any type of physical trauma, you may want to work with a professional. And I'm not trying to discourage you from doing this work. You may be able to do this work on your own, but I know from experience and from like having friends and family and stuff like that that has been through this type of abuse, it's hard. It's hard to come back into your body because it does not always feel safe to do so. So you may need to have a loved one or a professional supporting you through this time. So, but for those who are wanting to do the work, start to check in with yourself, even like in the mornings. Mostly in the mornings. I think it's really important before you even start your day, before you even get out of bed. Ask yourself, how do I feel right now? How am I feeling? Do a body scan and check from head to toe. Even if it's like 1 or 2 minutes long, just from head to toe. Think about like, how does the top of your head feel? How does your forehead feel? How does like, and go through each body part and ask yourself like, how does it feel? That is a way to really anchor back into your body. And throughout your day, ask yourself, how am I feeling? How do I feel right now? Emotionally and physically. How do I feel right now? Do I feel tightness in my chest? Do I feel like what does my hands feel? And check in with your senses. Like when you go about your day, when you're working, or like if you're washing the dishes, feel the water, feel the dishes. How does it feel on your skin? When you're driving, feel the wheel on your hands. Feel all of your senses. Like when you're eating, taste your food as if this is the first time you ever tasted anything. You know, like really feel and really be aware of your chewing, and really be aware of like the saltiness, the sweetness. Just try to anchor into your body in every way that you can. And check in with your breath. If you can feel your breath the most with the rise and fall of your chest, or your, you know, ribs expanding and contracting, if that makes like, or maybe you can feel it under your nose. Like, does your nose feel cool? Does it feel warm? All of these techniques are bringing you back to the present moment. Just by doing this, you are bringing yourself back to the present moment. And I do recommend meditating, but you don't have to meditate like a Buddha for a whole hour, even though I do recommend it. You don't have to. Just check in with how you feel and check in with your breath. And all of this will make you naturally become regulated and naturally respond to life differently. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. I really hope that this was helpful. I have a few mantras, of course, as always. The first one is, I open my soul to peace. I am calm and grounded. I live in the present moment. And that's all that I have for today. I'll see you in my next video. Stay calm, stay present. I love you. See you next time.